is associated with how they mine and process those materials. So this is about costs and benefits, folks. This isn't about emotions or supporting one industry over another. This might surprise you, but we don't really care about that. We care about the livelihood of our constituents, and we care about proper decision-making and proper thinking when addressing a problem, and I yield back. Thank you.
Gentleman yields back. Further discussion?
Darren Soto.
Oh. Chair recognizes Mr. Soto. For what purpose do you seek recognition?
Just strike the last word.
Gentleman's recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. You know, we're seeing one of the hottest summers on record. It's particularly been troubling in Florida, where the ocean is over 100 degrees down near the Florida Keys, and hurting the Great Florida Reef, among many other issues that we've worked on in a bipartisan way. It is important to recognize that after the Inflation Reduction Act passed, America is now in the position to lead the way for an electric vehicle revolution. And it's about time because of the effects of climate change. We also still are the top energy producer in the world. We produce so much energy here in the United States that we actually export it. But I want to talk more about the long-term effects of what we're seeing. There is a tripling of new factory construction in the nation right now as we speak. President Biden has helped us triple the number of factories that are being built. We heard a little bit about it. There's a couple in my district. We heard Mr. Carter talk about the new factory in his district for electric vehicles. We're making clean energy products in my district. We're seeing both in blue and, yes, a lot of red districts, new manufacturing happening at a triple rate. And just so we're clear, it's the Inflation Reduction Act, the CHIPS Act, the infrastructure law that did that. Some of those were bipartisan, and we appreciate that help. And it is making sure that private capital is coming in at an amazing rate. And so as we look at Bidenomics and what it's doing to power record low unemployment, inflation dropping to 3%, and this biggest surge in new construction, many jobs that don't require a college degree so that families can put food on the table. It's a really amazing story that we're seeing over these quarters. And I hear a lot of debates here today, and I know this stuff gets us all emotional, but I do see some common ground that we can work on, particularly in the area of critical minerals, rare earth minerals. I got to travel to Japan with Representative Ruiz and heard more than one time about the lithium deposits in his district in the Salton Sea, among many other things that we worked on together. But that's just one example, and I'm sure there's others in your districts as well, of the rare earth minerals that are around the nation. Obviously, it starts with a lot of dirt and raw materials, and we have to process it down, but I really think the committee should be focusing some of its effort on a bipartisan way to help really address the issues we both recognize in order for the Inflation Reduction Act to meet its full potential. We're going to have to work on these rare earth mineral issues. So while I don't want us to see us pull back from an increasing number of electric cars, since I know it's important to our dominance in the auto industry, it's important for us to be able to be dominant in the 21st century economy and to help combat climate change. I do think there are some things we agree on that we could do together. With that, I yield back.
Will the gentleman yield?
Yes.
I just wanted to take a moment to correct the record, because it's really hard to sit here and just to keep hearing the false information and to just let it go totally so there's just one fact I'm going to get on the record. Now, I'm not going to go through all of them because there's a lot of things that were said that weren't accurate.